Specifically, I came along tonight because I really wanted to hear more about the dilemma of the user, the possibility that you could get too locked into the user versus the sort of well-known pitfall of being above the user and ignoring the user. And I'd love to see how different people are experiencing that dilemma.
Perhaps be useful for the innovator to actually sit with the person who's doing the shaving rather than relying on effective communication through the translator.
The thing that I'll definitely remember is guest speaker Iris speaking about apps for good, and she gave us examples of exactly what she's doing, and it's very, very tangible and kind of inspiring stuff. Using these academic techniques and business models, when you think of them, they can be so dry, but here's how you give them to kids that can really, need this and can learn at an early age, and then apply it to a real problem that they have so that they can, really change their lives and people around them.
The key mantra we have is students have to pick a problem and have to have they're passionate about, so they own the problem. So the only limitation is it has to be legal. It can't be purely entertaining or purely commercial.
I think my key topics today were that users and innovators, I think, are increasingly merging. And if you want to have interesting innovation, it always comes from the fringes of society, not necessarily from the center. So if you ask Muslim girls in Thai hamlets, they come up with quite unique apps. Or, I don't know, someone who cares for someone who has Alzheimer's, because they have a level of deep insight into specific problems other people wouldn't necessarily have, and they can't assume or generate that insight without really understanding other people's lives.
And after everything was done, we found that this is not what exactly the user wanted, and that's B, the technology, the tools they used were very much out of date. It was fun. It was good to discuss with like-minded people, and it was interesting to know the views of people who are working on the other spectrum of the same area.
Depending on the type of problem that a manufacturer and innovator struggles with, it's worth asking the crowd. So crowdsourcing is a way, depending on the type of context, to actually get in ideas. Is it about a contest where you give a prize for something? Or is it a community where you're asking users to help each other, which is another source of using the crowd to solve some problems, or different other solutions which are fascinating?